Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged and in my personal opinion and for entertainment purposes only and for all of the things. So let's get into this LAMH beef sector. I don't know what's happening. So I want to say off the rip, I am not saying any names of any YouTubers, not saying any names of any content creators, because here's the thing. There is too much messiness going on of people twisting around what people are saying. The first and last time this happened to me was when I reviewed somebody's interview and their sub came over and completely twisted what I said about them, because I was actually very complimentary to them about their interview, but that's not what the person interpreted and told that person. That person came to my channel, left some messy comment, and never watched the video. And I'm like, did you even watch the video of what I actually said? Because what they told you I said was not true. So off the rip, I'm not even going to say anybody's names. Even the article that I read yesterday with Sunny and Urban Bell, remember, I kept saying the YouTuber because I already knew what time it was, you guys. I want to say this because I feel like we need to take a breath. There's a lot of things that are happening, and how did we get here? Well, I think I can't help but keep referencing it. We got here when Maurice first did the Funky Dineva Awards. And it was designed to, I think, infiltrate certain YouTubers. It was designed to have certain YouTubers completely stray away from covering Love and Marriage Huntsville for good. And then it was trying to expose who, certain cast members deem that they think are quote unquote fair and unbiased, and who they feel quote unquote hates them or is pro somebody else. So as a result of that, there were a handful of people that said, you know what? Y'all can have Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not talking about it anymore. Right? And they moved on and they started, creating other content, right? And so then, some time goes by and some people, some new people come around that you think some are true, supporters of Mel. Some people kind of pretended to be a supporter of Mel once they saw the subs and saw the money and the views certain people were getting. And then there was a switch up. There was a switch up. Either they didn't get the attention from Mel that they were wanting or something else, right? And then all of a sudden, it's a Mel hate channel. And all of a sudden, it's everybody in the, everybody, it's a complete 180, right? And so we still have people, we still have some new people that are coming in that are still talking about, Love and Marriage Huntsville, still a lot of pro-Mel channels and some that are unbiased and then some that are anti-Mel. That's always been that way. But then we started getting into some infighting. And infighting, whether it was certain people, and it's their prerogative, have personal relationships with some of their subbies. Some people had some personal dealings with other content creators. And, apparently have had phone calls, apparently have been in group chats, apparently have met each other. In some instances, I'm just saying overall. But the bottom line is something happened in each of those scenarios where there was a fallout, where somebody didn't like something went left,
And then all of a sudden, in the midst of the beef, in the midst of the fallout, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got receipts, I got screenshots, I got recordings of our call, I got X, Y, and Z. And it's like, whoa, what is happening? What is happening? The extent really for me at this point is I will, every once in a while, leave a positive comment on a YouTuber's page, but it's very rare these days. Or if a YouTuber comes to my page and leaves a comment, I'll respond to their comment on my platform. But I try to stay out of all of the other foolishness, and I really try not to watch other people, because for me, I always, whatever I'm going to talk about, I like to give a fresh take. I like to give a different take on something. I don't want to sound like anyone else. I don't want to do anything like anyone else. I can only be myself, right? So, where we're seeing initial fallouts occurring, you guys. And, and I think the ultimate goal, like with the Funky Dineva Awards, I think it was trying to level out the number of quote-unquote pro-male channels versus everyone else. But it ultimately ends up, and still is ending up, turning off a lot of people from, just discussing Love and Marriage Huntsville altogether. But it seems like every so often that there are all these beefs that keep occurring, right? Whether it's versus a pro-male channel versus an anti-male channel, versus if it's infighting amongst each other, whether something got twisted around, somebody else said, or somebody makes an accusation about somebody else, somebody misinterprets a DM or whatever else, and then we get into this, area where now all of a sudden people want to dox each other. And I just don't understand. Here's my thing, right? If I, don't care for a particular take on something, or I don't care for a particular, content or whatever, that I feel that it's wrong, or that it's inappropriate, or somebody, something's sketchy about it, I don't entertain the platform. I don't even give it a view, because once that person shows who they are, I believe it, right? You don't need to pander and switch up to get the clicks and views and then go back to how you've been doing, right? What I don't understand is people, and this is across the board. This is both on, all across the LMAH sector, right? I don't understand people that are going to channels or going to platforms of people that you don't like, that you can't stand, and then starting beef about it, and then starting an issue about it. And my thing is this: I don't have any issues with anybody. I'm not in no content creator beef. It's not happening. I'm not engaging in the DMs, never had a phone call with anybody. No. It's not going to happen, because here's the thing. We are all grown adults. There is enough room for everybody to eat, for everybody to make money, for everybody to be successful. But the problem is when certain things happen and you cross a certain boundary, where it's no longer just leaving each other, friendly comments on each other's page, and then you want to take it and actually consider people a friend or consider people a family member. And it gets to the point where you're on various other platforms like Patreon, like members only, like all these other places, and people are recording what you say about them. Because basically, it's turned into, from all sides, people have said things about other YouTubers that cover Love and Marriage Huntsville, whether you're pro-male or anti. It's happened. So for me, it's like, what are we doing? What are we accomplishing? What are we achieving? What is doxing somebody going to actually do? What are you achieving, right? Because if you have no intentions of interacting with them in person or trying to resolve something or whatever, what is the point? What, so you can see whether or not the person has money, or whether or not the person lives in a nice home, or whether or not the person has a car or has a job or whatever? Like, why does any of that matter to you? Why can't people be focused in on the content? And again, why are you entertaining people that you don't like in the first place and getting yourself all worked up over somebody you can't stand anyways? I don't understand it. And then, you know, like I said, it gets messy when people twist around, people who go, you know, and here's the thing. You can go to whoever you want to go to. You can watch whoever you want to watch. I'm not about that life. I'm not going to tell anybody to boycott anybody or any of those things. No. You can do whatever you want. You guys, it's a free country. Just like there's people who want to, you know, have a blackout of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and people want this show shut down. But every week I do the ratings, and sometimes the ratings go down, and sometimes the ratings jump up, regardless. So again, it's like you may not like somebody, but yet somehow you still end up on their platform. And then somehow either something they did say gets screen recorded and sent over, or something gets twisted around and they're in your, you know, DMs like, hey, so-and-so is talking about you, so-and-so is doing X, Y, and Z about you. And then it turns into a whole thing, you guys. But the doxing, trying to figure out who's who, who's related to who, and everything else is wild to me. What difference is it going to make? What is it going to achieve? Whether or not somebody is related, whether or not somebody is successful, whether or not somebody is, you know, whatever. What is that going to do for you? And why should people that either have an avatar or don't show their face, why should they be targeted as well if they have their own personal reasons and preferences of not showing their faces? Some can be for protection. Some can be because they want to be an alias, because they want to be an anonymous person on their platform, but still want to provide good content. Why should they be targeted? Why should that be a thing? But we've lost sight of the focus, you guys. And the focus should remain what's taking place on the show and whatever social media stuff that's surrounding it. And I know the case is a huge discussion, a huge topic of discussion now. All of a sudden, like, who can report on it first, who can talk about it, and all of these other things. And it's wild. But we're getting away from the focus of the show. And unfortunately, some people have fed into the negative rhetoric and have, you know, reinforced some of the negative things that are being said. And then some people flip-flopping, right? Sometimes people, they're anti-mess, they're anti-drama, but then all of a sudden, that they know that they'll get a lot of clicks and views from the beef sector. So now it's an all-out war. It's an all-out, hey, I'm going to drag this person. I'm going to, you know, come for every single thing in this person's existence. And I am going to get all of the clicks and views for it. No. It is not that serious, you guys. It is not. My thing is this. It should never get personal on a platform like YouTube. And I don't understand why it always happens in our community. We never see this on the larger white YouTube channels because they're so busy focusing in on ways that they can improve their channel, ways that they can improve their content. They're not trying to count every other person's subscribers or every other person's views or concerned about how much somebody else is making or whatever else, or how often somebody else goes live or when somebody goes live. No. Because they are finding what their niches, and they are continuing to make various improvements to continue to have their increase in views, their increase in, monetary benefits and everything else. And then some of them are charging at the wazoo for these members only platforms. And for those that also have platforms on Patreon. So it's just so wild how, unfortunately people cannot, I wish people could get along. I really do. But because here's the thing, and I always say this, whether you like somebody or not, whether you're here for somebody or not, if they're so successful, if they're making money, if they're getting the clicks and views, guess what? They don't have time to be concerned about what you're doing. They don't have time to be obsessed with you. They don't have time to be worried about what you're saying. And I'm sorry, nobody's going to run me off. Listen, there's a reason, there's a method to my madness as to regardless is I upload and I go. Because I know, yes, there's going to be overwhelmingly positive comments, but I know there is going to be trolls. I know there's going to be hate. I know there's going to be somebody who's not going to see it. But I also want to say this. My platform is not where it is because of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Look at my old videos, you guys. Like I said, I was starting with a few people watching, and I was heavily talking about Love Island and Ready to Love. And then the Tasha K and Cardi B case is honestly when I really started getting a lot of subs. And then every once in a while, I was talking Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then it became more frequent because it's a popular show right now. It's a popular topic right now, regardless of how low the ratings are. It's popular. So a lot of people, whether they like the show or not, whether they like certain cast members or not, they're going to watch to see what different YouTubers are saying about the show. But I think we've lost the plot. The plot should be about putting out good content and making money. All of these beefs and trying to, like I said, trying to dox each other, trying to expose each other, and thinking that there's friendships in YouTube. Can you make it make sense? Like you're setting yourself up for failure off the rip if you think that you can trust people that you don't know. It's one thing, like I said, if it's just superficial, hey, I may check you out, I may like some of your content, I may leave a comment here or there. But all this other stuff, these personal relationships, these personal interactions, where it can always get messy, it can always go left. Somebody can always be a double agent and spill whatever gossip you're saying about other people. It's not going to end well. It's never going to end well. But for me, I like to keep it about what the issue at hand is. I don't like to clickbait anybody. I like to tell you exactly what it is going to be on the thumbnail, on the title, so you know exactly what you're getting into when you watch the video. And I feel like now we're at the point where it seems as though certain people are either done with the show now, which is unfortunate, or some people are trying to distance themselves from certain cast members, or are trying to clarify, what type of fan they are and they're not. But whatever side of the coin you land on, regardless of who you like or dislike, the level of hatred and vitriol and negativity that's taking place just isn't it, you guys. It just really isn't it. Like we gotta do better. We gotta do better than that. Yeah, it may be a key for some people, seeing certain people go back and forth, but then at some point things escalate and things get actually very personal. And then it's not fun anymore. And then it gets to a point where people are now wanting you to take sides and all of these things, and none of that is worth it, you guys. It's not. But you guys as the viewers, you guys as the subscribers, you guys even those of you that are in the bushes that are watching, this is just a TV show, you guys. It really is just a TV show. It should not be at a level where you're taking things so seriously that it's an all-out war against another person, whether it's a subscriber or another YouTuber. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. But we've got to bring back the positivity and the fun. The fun shade. Not the, I'm going to think of the most horrible thing to ever, come out of my mouth and be the most vulgar and go into all of these. Oh, no. What happened to the fun drag sessions and the fun roasting and the fun kikiing, regardless of who you like or dislike on the show? But now it seems certain people are taking it upon themselves to try to label certain platforms and label certain channels, and that's not fair. That's not right, you guys. Because ultimately, everyone is going to have a difference of opinion. But that doesn't mean, oh, this is all about, this one person or this person or whatever. No. But if you're only going to watch certain videos about a certain person, that's how you're going to come up with a certain narrative. But that's not the truth. Because if you watch their platform, you can see what their platform is about. And yes, right now in the LAMH sector, a lot of platforms are going to be heavy LAMH right now. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people talking about the LAMH beef sector, whether the people are in it or not, because it's content. But we have to get back to a place where everybody feels safe and comfortable to discuss this show. And the negativity and the gaslighting and this expose that some people want to do in the doxing and the lawsuits and all these things, we're getting away from the money. We're getting away from the success. We're getting away from having people continue to support your platform if it's going to turn into something else. I've got plans and things that I want to do with this platform and other ways that I want to grow on other social media platforms and other things I want to get into, you guys. But nonetheless, we've got to make a decision here on who do you want to be? What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for as somebody who's a good content creator, who has a variety of topics or whatever, or has good content on LAMH? Or do you want to be known as somebody who likes to cause chaos or likes to disrupt everything? Or do you want to be the channel that's like, hey, I'm always going to discuss any type of beef that's on YouTube? Right? But the problem is, even if you go that route, at some point, somebody's going to get upset, right? Somebody's going to get upset. Somebody's going to take it personal. And then next thing you know, you're somehow pulled in. You're pulled in. Even if you comment on somebody else's page or you comment on somebody else's chat and they're involved in the beef, or they're trying to mediate the beef or whatever, or they're instigating the beef, then you're in it somehow. But I say all this to say, again, this is just a TV show. Again, it is not that serious. You're going to have people that you like, dislike on the show. But there has to be a line. And I feel, unfortunately, certain people have crossed it. I feel, unfortunately, some people are trying to rewrite history of what has and hasn't happened on the show, what has and hasn't occurred as to why certain cast members have larger fan bases than others, how people are blatantly trying to twist things around to bully and antagonize other people, and trying to make one fan base sound representative of everybody. There's bad apples everywhere, you guys. No matter who you're for or against, there is at least one person and whatever that you support that is going to go rogue, is going to do whatever they want, is going to say whatever they want, and you cannot control it. And unfortunately, there's going to be people that are going to take this show personally, that they're going to take matters into their own hands. But you can't stop it. You can't, force people to do what you want them to do. Everyone is an individual at the end of the day. But it's interesting how people want to pick and choose what they think is bullying and what they think is attacking and what they think is hate versus not. So that is all I wanted to say. I just want to get back to the fun of YouTube. I just want to get back to the fun shade of this cast and this show and other things. But I just want to say this. People shouldn't be discouraged from covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. No matter what. You have to, manage how you're going to deal with this show. But this show should not be personally affecting you. That's one. Two, people are being way too messy. And this is from the top down. This is from the show down. People are being way too messy and instigating stuff. And some people are afraid to just say it for what it is or say certain names. And then some people are saying names but are generalizing everybody else associated with that name. And then, unfortunately, we're now there's another beef sector, because we had a beef sector before. We've had several different beef sectors throughout this show, but it's been more often ever since the Funky Dineva Awards. Every so often, there's new conflict. There's new people beefing. There's either infighting or fighting against each other. But ultimately, what is the end game? What is the objective when it's all said and done? So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.